Now, Representative Van Drew.
I first want to, like everybody else, commend Representative Salazar for doing this. This is of extreme importance, and I'll tell you why. We understand and we see the extremes of communism. We know what it's like to see the tanks rolling down in China. We know to see Russia build its arms and forces up at the border. We understand what they're doing. But what is also important and is amazing is that we even have to have this press conference. I am almost shocked that we have to have it, yet it is necessary. To think only a short number of years ago, we would almost laugh at the idea that we have to have a press conference to explain to our young people that communism isn't good, that communism will destroy our country. But that is where we are at, and there is a reason. Let's talk about the subtleties of what's happening to this country. We're taking the names of great men out of our cities and out of our towns. I was named after Thomas Jefferson. My name is Jefferson Van Drew. I named my son Jefferson Van Drew. Jefferson was a great man. He was a product of his time, but he was still a great man. In New York City, they took his bust down. All across this country, we're taking the names of great leaders, of fighters for freedom, of individuals, men and women who bled and fought and stood for this country. We have people in Congress. We have people in Congress who really don't believe in the American way, don't believe in American freedom, don't believe in American independence. It's subtle. It's not even that subtle anymore, to be honest with you. It's pretty obvious. So we see all this around us. We know that in universities, if you have a very pro-American stance or a conservative viewpoint, you probably won't get a chance to speak. You probably won't get to give a commencement address. Let's really tell it how it is. This country is at the precipice. We are on the edge. And this is a big piece of it. We are going to have to decide that either that we are the America that we know and love, or that we're going to change. Many professors, many universities, many educational systems want us to change. And what we all are talking about is we're trying to make it clear to our children and our grandchildren that if we make this change, all the wonderful freedoms, all the greatness, the freedom to have your own faith, the freedom to do well in your own economy, the freedom to believe in whatever it is you want to accomplish in your life, and your freedom to raise your family the way you want to, and to say what you want to, and to do what you want to. You shouldn't take that for granted. Every time I go into a classroom or speak to a group, I speak about American exceptionalism. And American exceptionalism says that America is better, it's different, it's the greatest country in the world. I will say to you right now, America is the greatest country this world has ever seen. It is the greatest country on the face, literally, of the earth. And we love Ronald Reagan, and one of his other great statements was, besides loss of freedom was only one generation away, he spoke about the shining city on the hill. So the bottom line, it's up to us. There's nobody else. It's up to all of you in media. It's up to me and all these good folks here that represent people in the United States Congress and in the United States Senate. It's up to parents. Parents call me up sometimes. They say, I'm upset. I don't even know what to do, the way the country is moving and what is happening. And I say, you know, one of the most important things you can do when your children or your grandchildren, when they come home, look at what they're learning. And if they're not learning about freedom, if they're not learning about what happened in Cuba, if they're not learning what happens in China, if they're not learning what's happened in North Korea, then you better make sure that you teach them. It is now our responsibility. Nobody else, every single one of you, it's in your hands. Take that responsibility and grasp it for all the men and women who died and bled and gave so much to this country, for the great leaders of the past, and I swear, I hope, the great leaders of the future. I thank you for doing this. God bless you.
My duty. Very well said. Thank you very much.